Hello, mathematicians, and welcome to Math for First Grade. This week we are focusing on creating graphs. We will use data to create picture and bar type graphs. Come along and get excited for the lesson. Boys and girls, welcome back to Math for First Grade. If you've tuned in with me before, then you know that I am Miss Ward. I am a kindergarten first grade ESL teacher for HISD. I am also one of HISD's Mint Teacher Leaders. For today's lesson, boys and girls, you're going to need your pencil, paper, and a positive attitude as always. So if you don't have those things, go ahead and go grab your pencil and paper. In our lesson today, we will be using data to create picture and bar type graphs. We will go through our introduction, the warm-up, which will be our problem of the day, the vocabulary, and our math lesson. We will not have a number of the day today because we will do a problem of the day. So if you have your pencil and paper, mathematicians, let's jump right in. For our problem of the day, I want you to take a look at this problem. Sorry, I wanted you to be able to see it. It says Sam used 10 frames and dots to build a number. What number did Sam build? What are two different ways to show this number using 10 frames and dots? What is a 10 frame? If you've tuned into the lessons before, then you've heard us talk about 10 frames. But if this is your first time, a 10 frame is a box that has 10 equal squares. It has 2 rows, and each row has 5, and you can fill it to represent the number 10. Here in the picture, this box is representing a 10. It is 2 rows of 5 that equal 10. So when we see it, we know that this represents 10. So in this problem, it's asking us what number did Sam build? And what are two different ways to show this number using 10 frames and dots? Do you have any suggestions, mathematicians, on how we can solve this? Let's take a closer look at it. We know that Sam used 10 frames and dots. We're looking to find what number did Sam build. And we're also looking to find what are two different ways to show this number using 10 frames and dots. So now that we know what we're looking for, let's take a look at what we have. How many 10 frames did he use to start? That's correct. He only used 1. So here we have 1 10. But how many ones is this? A lot. Let's count them together. Are you ready, mathematicians? Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Sam used 110 and 33 ones to build this number. What number is 110 and 33 ones? That means if we have 33, we have to add 10 more to it. What is 33 and 10 more? You might need to count all of them to help you. I'll give you time. Try it one more time. If this is 10, that means then we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. How many did he have? So what number did Sam build? Yes, Sam built the number 43. Give your brains a kiss. So 110 and 33 ones equals 43. So one way we could show this number is 110 and 33 ones equal 43. Or you could have said 33 and 10 more is 43. What is another way we could show this number? I remember in another lesson we said it is easy to count the numbers when you have a large number if we group them together by tens. They said we could use 10 frames and ones. Do you see any other sets of 10? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's another set of 10. I'm going to put a circle around it to represent another 10 frame. So I know this is 10, 20. Do you see another set of 10? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is another set of 10. Let's put a circle around it to represent we could use another 10 frame to represent another 10. So here we have 10, 20, 30. Are there any more 10s left? Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is another group of 10. So now we have 10, 20, 30, 40. 4 10s make 40. But we still have some ones left over. Is that enough to make another 10? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3. Is that enough for another group of 10? No. So now we have 4 10s and 3 ones. So 4 10s and 3 ones will give me 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. 4 tens and 3 ones equals 43. So Sam made the number 43. And we showed the number 43 using 110 and 33 ones and 4 tens and 3 ones. Which way was the easiest for you to count? It was the easiest for me to count when we made more groups of tens because it allowed me to count it faster. Here is some of the vocabulary words that you're going to hear in today's lesson, boys and girls. You're going to hear the word bar graph, a way to show information that uses bars to represent the data. Data. Data is information collected about people or things. A key. A key is the part of a graph that tells you the value of the picture in a picture or pictograph. A picture graph. A picture graph is a graph that uses pictures or symbols to represent data. And that is just some of the words you might hear in today's lesson. Today, boys and girls, when we talk about creating graphs, you're going to need to remember these steps for organizing information. Step 1, pick a topic. Step 2, select your choices. Step 3, gather your data and present the information. Our guiding question today, boys and girls, is how can you use pictures to show data in a picture graph? Remember, when we're creating graphs, we want to give it a title. So we want to know what our topic is going to be. What is it that we're talking about? We want to have choices that you can choose from. And then we want to organize and analyze the data. That means find a way to show it and figure out what does it mean. Today, boys and girls, I asked the students in my class what was their favorite snack. And one thing they told me was potato chips. Many students said potato chips was their favorite snack. Can you guess what the other snacks were? Guys are making me hungry. Many people said potato chips. Some people said their favorite snack was cookies, while other people said their favorite snack was fruit. So first I came up with the topic. Our topic was, what is your favorite snack? Then the students came up with some choices: potato chips, cookies, or fruit. Next, I had to collect the information. So I had to see how many students chose potato chips, how many students chose cookies, and how many students chose fruit. Six of the students said potato chips was their favorite snack. Which one is your favorite snack? Hmm. 7 of the students chose cookies as their favorite snack. 5 of the students chose fruit as their favorite snack. 6 students chose chips. 7 students chose cookies. And 5 students chose fruit. How could we use these pictures to show the data that we collected? Once I knew how many students chose the chips, cookies, and fruit, then I put the information in a tally chart. First, I put my title, Favorite Types of Snacks. Next, I listed my choices. Do you remember what the choices were? The choices were chips, and I used tally marks to show how many students chose chips. One, two, three, 4, 5. Why did I put that fifth line going across? That's right, because when you are showing a number using tally marks, every time it is a multiple of 5, the line goes across. So the line will go across when you get to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So here we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students chose chips. Do you see how I organized that in my tally chart? My next choice was, do you remember what it was? That's right, it was cookies. How many students chose cookies? I'm going to use tally marks to represent the number of students that chose cookies. Can you tell how many students chose cookies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 students chose cookies. If you said 7, give yourself a fantastic. Fantastic. And the last choice, boys and girls, was fruit. Do you remember how many students chose fruit as their favorite type of snack? 5. 5 students chose fruit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that I picked my topic, I came up with the choices, and I organized my data. How can I use this data to create a pictograph? Let's see. I'm going to use the information from my tally chart to create a pictograph. So the first thing I know I want to do is create a title. My title is going to be Favorite Types of Snacks. Then I want to list my choices. So here on my pictograph, you see I have my chips, cookies, and fruit to represent my choices. Now I know on a picture graph, I'm going to use pictures or symbols to represent the data. So I remember if it's a picture graph, I'm going to need a key. The key is going to tell me what each picture represents. So I need to be able to represent 6 people wanted chips, 7 people chose cookies, and 5 people chose fruit. So I'm going to use a symbol to represent the number of people that chose each one. I decided to use a ice cream cone to represent each vote. So every time you see an ice cream cone, the ice cream means one person. So for chips, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ice cream cones because 6 ice cream cones means 6 people voted for chips. Now I could have chose to use a circle, a triangle, a square, or any other symbol. What about cookies? For cookies, boys and girls, look at the tally chart. How many people chose cookies? That's right, 7 people chose cookies. So how many symbols do I need for cookies? You guessed it, I need 7 ice cream cones to represent 7 people. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last choice was fruit. How many people chose fruit? My tally chart showed me 5 people chose fruit. So I'm going to need how many symbols to represent fruit? Yes, you're going to need 5 symbols to represent 5 people chose fruit. And the symbol we're using is an ice cream cone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people chose ice cream cones. What kind of information can I get from looking at this picture graph? Can you tell which snack the students like the most? Which one? Yes, most students picked cookies for their favorite snack. How could you tell that cookies was the most popular snack? You guys are so smart. You are correct. Cookies had the most symbols next to it. There were 7 ice cream cones next to cookies. So that let me know that cookies was the favorite snack. Which snack was the least favorite in this group? In this group of students, fruit was the least favorite. How can you tell? Because fruit had the least amount of votes. You can tell because it has the least amount of symbols next to the fruit. The fruit only had 5 votes. So we can use a picture graph not just to organize our data, but we can also analyze it. To analyze it means to figure it out, to understand what it means. We were able to understand which fruit was like the most, which snack was like the most, which snack was like the least. We could also tell how many more people like cookies than chips. We could line the symbols up and count the difference. So we can get a lot of information from this picture graph. And now, boys and girls, it is time for your check for understanding. A check for understanding means you're going to take this information that you have learned and use it to solve a problem on your own. Here, Miss Ward has given you a graph. This is a tally graph. Notice it doesn't have a title because I want you to look at this tally graph and decide what type of graph this is, what would be a good title for this graph, and what information can we tell from this graph. And then I want my superstars to use this information to create your own picture graph. Remember, your picture graph should have a title. You should list the choices. You have to put a key to let us know what your symbol represents or how much each symbol is worth. And then draw the symbols to represent the information. So I'm going to leave this chart up for a few moments to give you time to write it down. Remember, when you write it down, you're going to come up with a title for this graph. Figure out what information we can tell from this chart. And use this chart to help you create your own picture graph. While you are copying it down, if you want to send me a picture of your work when you finish, I am going to add my email on the bottom of the screen. I'm trying to add my email on the bottom of the screen. Let's see. And it's hard writing on this screen. Sorry. It's not the neatest. If you would like to send me a picture of your work when you finish, you can take a picture with your iPad, your computer, or ask your parents to take a picture with their cell phone and send me your picture to shughes5 at houstonisd.org. Again, that email is shughes5 at houstonisd.org. Trying to fix that I for you so you can tell us I. So I'm going to leave that on the screen for a few moments for you boys and girls to give you a chance to copy that email down and to copy down your chart. And I am so glad that you tuned in with us today. I hope you enjoyed your lesson. I look forward to seeing your work, and I can't wait to see you next time. Go ahead and finish copying, and we will see you again next time.